Welcome to This Day. It is Wednesday, March 16th. Now, we don't have any meetings to tell you about today, so we'll just jump to who's on our show. We have Ken Post, who is here on behalf of the Hearing Remedy, and we're going to go over some tips on how to choose certain types of hearing aids. And then we have the India Club with Sashi and Gulshan, and they've got some events coming up, and they want to tell you all about the spring equinox, and lots of great stuff from them. All right, let's take a look at our weather. We are looking at overcast skies this morning, but that's going to burn off to some very nice weather for the next few days, actually. We are looking at temperatures around 69 today, 52 overnight. Tomorrow, a bit warmer, 76 and 50. Friday, 73, 53, and then we start a cool down again Saturday and Sunday, 66, 52, and then 66, 51. And we are looking for potential clouds, so I'll keep you posted on that. Our sunrise this morning was at 7 a.m. and our sunset will be at 7 p.m. And thank you, Joel Goldstein, for sending in this beautiful photo. It's absolutely gorgeous of those beautiful mountains. We appreciate that. And if you have a photo that you would like to share with our community, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. We would love it if you would send us a destination of some sort that you have visited. We appreciate anything that you send in, and we'll use it as often as we can. All right, when we come back, we will have Ken Post with the Hearing Remedy, so stick around.
People over 65 fall each year.
The idea of falling makes me very fearful.
I have a fear because my balance is poor.
The number one reported accident for a senior is a fall.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. I want you to try 60 Up.
60 Up is the balance system that can change your life. If you have balance, strength, or mobility issues, you need 60 Up.
It's a miracle. Within a couple weeks, my balance has improved.
If you're feeling scared to get up and out, you need 60 Up.
It's easy to use and it works.
60 Up is a safe, low-impact balance exercise system with integrated poles. 60 Up strengthens your core, legs, increases cardio for energy, stamina, and overall physical health. Go to 60up.com. 60 Up has live classes, hundreds of workouts for balance, and thousands of people in our Facebook members community.
I created the 60 Up and it really works. So join me on my live classes and let me help you improve your balance and mobility together.
Try it risk-free for 30 days and get free shipping if you order now.
It changed my life.
Go to 60up.com. That's the number 60up.com.
Stigmas don't shatter often in the world of hearing aids, so when they do, it makes history. Meet Signia Active, innovative hearing aids disguised as earbuds. Built on our iconic Experience platform, they deliver exceptional hearing in noisy environments. Simply pop them in for a hearing boost on demand, or wear them all day for non-stop support. You'll benefit from Bluetooth streaming, enhanced speech understanding, natural, personalized sound, and noise reduction technology. Their portable case holds extra charges, while our intuitive app provides 24/7 support and assistance during mass conversations. It's time for better hearing on your own terms, and that's history in the making. Signia, enhancing human performance.
Welcome back. Well, we have Ken Post here with the Hearing Remedy, and he's brought samples and he's got some great tips for us today. Well, thank you for joining me.
It's great to be here, Lisa.
I love the fact that you bring samples, because I think that's always good for people to really have a good visual of what they're, sometimes what they're up against, what their choices are. I mean, there's a lot to consider. So, tell me a little bit about, when you have to choose certain types of hearing aids, there's a lot that you have to do.
Yes, I mean, the biggest thing is really choosing what level. And we're talking about, we're talking about levels. The basic level is the least expensive, and then we go up levels up to the premium level, and that's the most expensive.
Okay.
And it's important to understand that, but actually before you go in there, really understanding that it's really good, so that because how we decide which level it really depends on the activity of the person.
Oh.
So it used to be years ago that different hearing aids had different, were better for different kind of hearing losses, and now they're digital. We can adjust almost anywhere.
Okay.
So the real important thing is to be honest with yourself as far as your activity level. If you're very active, you're going to family gatherings, or you're going to places, maybe you eat at a noisy area that, you know, every day. You go to a cafeteria or whatever, then that's the places you're going to struggle. There's a lot of noise.
Okay.
So when you get into the premium level, you're going to be able to hear basically pretty much everywhere you're going. I mean, there are some places, a live band, or there's some places that are so loud.
Yeah.
But pretty much you're going to be able to do well anywhere. When you get down to the basic level, then you're in not real noisy areas.
Okay, so before you come in, then you need to know what kind of activity you have, but you're talking about not like physical activity, you're talking about how often you go places that are noisy versus those places that are quiet.
It's social activities.
Social
that kind
activity,
of things,
okay.
Maybe there's a big group of people to get together to play bridge. Well, if it's just one table, it's pretty easy. But if you're in like 20 tables, then you're going to hear everybody else, and now you're going to have more difficulty hearing.
Oh.
And that's where you need a more premium level hearing aid.
Okay, so when you talk about these different kinds of levels, so what are you looking at in terms of, you know, cost? I mean, you start out at a particular level, and then you've got, that would be like your lower cost, right?
Right.
And then the higher levels you go require more technology, and so those are more expensive, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the lowest level is about $1,500, $1,600.
All right.
That can get you a rechargeable hearing aid, but very basic in terms of how much it helps you when it's noisy.
Oh,
So basically, when we're talking about levels, if we're in a situation like this, it's just the two of us talking, you're not going to notice a difference from the lowest level to the highest level.
Okay.
It's really when you start getting a little bit of noise. Maybe there's a TV playing and we're trying to talk.
Okay.
Or maybe we're in a not too crowded restaurant, and it's that really we need to get into, if you're going to restaurants a fair amount, we need to get into a mid-level at least.
Okay.
If you're going to go to really noisy restaurants or you don't get the chance to pick it, then you're going to want to go to a premium one. Or maybe you have large family gatherings. That's where there's lots of talking going on, and that's the kind of place where the premium level really helps you.
Right.
So the premium levels are up in the $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 range.
Right, and that's a lot for someone to spend. However, some insurance companies help pay for that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's the important thing. When you go in, we'll help you. We'll actually, while you're there, we'll call them and find out what does your insurance cover.
Okay.
If you don't already know.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot more insurance companies now have coverage. Sometimes it's not a lot. Sometimes it's actually phenomenal what they'll cover. Basically, one of the companies I deal with, with their chart, what you pay for their top line hearing aid is basically you're getting a premium level for the cost of a basic one.
Oh, isn't that nice?
And that's a lot of money you're saving with
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely. That's great. We've got a couple of samples, and I imagine some of those larger ones that you have sitting there are those more of the lower level?
Yeah,
I only know that because you have been here so many times and you've showed us lots of different samples.
Right.
So I'm guessing that was the case.
So, I mean, would be a lower level.
Okay.
And this one here would be the higher level.
So maybe just kind of hold that up for all of us to see.
Basically, I'm doing this just to say they look the same. When you start looking at a lower level hearing aid, whether it be a custom hearing aid or whether it be a non-custom in-the-ear tiny hearing aid, the levels are just what's different inside of this.
Oh, so it's just the technology.
It's the technology that's inside of this, but they look the same from level to level to level.
Okay, so why would you choose? I mean, why do people choose these different kinds? Like, what's usually I want that bigger one because of what reason?
Something like this, when we go to something like this large, there'd be two reasons. One is if you had a really, really bad hearing loss, where we really have to plug up your ear more so that we don't get that squealing, the feedback. So sometimes we have to go to these. Not as much, actually rarely now with the technology, because they electronically cancel that squealing now.
Gotcha, okay.
So it's much less. The second reason is if you want one that fits in your ear, that's rechargeable. There's two brands now that have this size of hearing aid that's rechargeable. You don't have to fiddle with batteries. The batteries in this one are tiny, tiny, tiny.
Right.
It's a very small
I think I
battery.
would lose that in the carpet. It would drop and that'd be the end of it.
Well, fortunately, the batteries aren't very expensive. You're talking about pretty much pennies.
Oh, okay, good.
So batteries aren't a big issue, but handling them can be an issue.
Absolutely.
So you have to be able to handle something this small, get it in and out of the hearing aid.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. Look at that. Even you're having trouble.
Yeah, well,
and you do it all day long.
And I put it in upside down. So there's a couple things. So this is a nice, small, discreet one. This one's not as discreet as far as fitting in your ear.
Yeah.
These are tiny and discreet, but again, same issue with the batteries.
Okay.
So there's trade-offs between these.
Right.
These small one. If you really don't want people to see that you're wearing hearing aids, these small ones are what you're looking for.
Right.
But again, you have the battery issue.
Yeah.
And they don't work quite as well in noise.
Right. And I know you've showed us some other ones that have batteries internally, but you pop them in a little charger and then you don't have to take the battery out.
And they look very similar to this. This is the behind the ear. They're going to work the best in noise. And so, but the people say, well, what does the premium one look like? Again, it's like, okay, it's all the same.
Okay.
It's all what's inside.
So it's a visual thing. So it's kind of whatever you choose. Visually what you want to do. Either you want to completely hide it or you really don't mind. You choose amongst those, and then the levels go from there.
The levels
so
go from there.
really what changes the cost is the amount of levels.
The amount of technology levels that are in there. There's a lot of things that the technology does that helps you hear better when there's noise.
Exactly.
And it's the great thing now is that that's all handled automatically. So these are very simple to use. They're hard to program from my end.
Right.
They're hard, but as far as using them, they should be adjusted and set up so you just put them on and wear them.
Right. Okay. And then one last thing is if you are a little budget conscious or you're a little budget strapped, but you really want to go with a higher premium, what can you do?
We do have some used hearing aids we can go to there, where we have some that are the highest level, maybe 3 to 4 years ago.
Oh, that's kind of good.
Yeah, which would still be better
than buying a used car. You still get all the goodies, they just are a little bit older.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
So we can get you a premium level. Well, the premium level's not going to be as good as this year's premium level.
Sure.
But it's going to be much better than the basic level this year.
Right. Well, maybe, right. Or maybe you haven't changed your hearing aids in 10 years and you just still are in the same position financially. That is a wonderful option. How often does that happen?
Not that often, but we do. I've done it quite a few times. I try to have a pretty good collection of used hearing aids so that I have good options to show people.
That's great. I love that option. Well, that's so great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the information and always the samples. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right. And if you want more information, you can always call the Hearing Remedy at 949-340-8437. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, today I have Sashi Jalota with us, as well as Gulshan Vada, and they are here on behalf of the India Club of Laguna Woods. Well, welcome both of you to the show. How are you today?
Good, very good.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it, and I hope I didn't destroy your names too bad. Hopefully that was okay.
You pronounced it perfect.
Oh, good, good. Now, we've got a lot to cover in our short amount of time, but first, Sashi, tell me a little bit about the India Club and its mission.
Well, India Club is quite well known in the Laguna Woods community because most of our members are quite active and they take part in various activities around the village. Our mission is to share our culture, our values, and our traditions with the others and provide an opportunity for our members to socialize and have some fun.
Okay.
But I must emphasize that India Club is not just for people of Indian origin. We welcome all communities and all traditions with open arms.
Okay, well, with all of the fun things that you're doing, I'm sure more people are flocking to your events because they sound like a lot of fun. And
yes.
You have one coming up on March 31st.
Yes. It's on March 31st, we are calling it the Joys of Spring.
Okay.
Spring is just, it's just around it's already here, so we call it Joys of the Spring. And this will be a fusion of all Indian traditions, the diversity of Indian traditions ranging from north, south, east, and west.
Okay.
We have different programs, different events from each region because, as you know, India is a vast country and each region has its own religion, has its own tradition, has its own festivals. So each will be representing each region in this event.
Right. Now, Gulshan, you've got some things that you want to talk about. Yes. That you're incorporating all of those, like you mentioned, you're incorporating all these different things into one event. So tell us a little bit about some of those traditions.
Well, one of the biggest traditions, of course, is Holi. That's the Indian festival of spring. Mm-hmm. The second one that we wanted to emphasize a little bit on is the Jamshedi Nowruz of the Zoroastrian Parsis of Bombay, which is on the west coast. Mm-hmm. And it's very unique. It scientifically coincides with the vernal equinox. Okay. And basically Nowruz means, Nav means new, and Rose means day. So it's a new day, the rejuvenation of life. And if some people will remember that we Zoroastrians were actually from Iran, the Persian Empire. Due to the Arab invasion 1400 years ago, we fled our land, avoiding persecution and because of freedom of religion. And we landed on the west coast of India. And then we really assimilated ourselves with the Indian culture. One of them is wearing the sari that I have worn, but it is a little different in the way we wear it. We also wear it the traditional Indian way. And to celebrate Jamshedi Nowruz, it's very unique because we have, as you say, we understand the rejuvenation of life. And the main tradition is that we have a white tablecloth, and we have 7 items of beginning with S, which is the Persian language. It is seen. So there is things like sabzi, there seems like samuk, snede. All these 7 things denote life and rejuvenation of life.
Now, so that is what those were. Now that the things that you said, what were they?
I'll have to read. We have to pick up my glasses. Sabzi means it's the wheat grass.
Okay.
And wheat grass in spring, it just shows you it rejuvenates its life.
Okay.
And it symbolizes rebirth and renewal of nature. The second one is samnu. It is it's like a candy made out of wheat germ, and it represents fertility. Mm-hmm. And senjed is also a dry fruit of the lotus flower, which again is for love and affection.
Okay.
And sirka is vinegar, which symbolizes patience and age. And seeb, which is apple, it symbolizes the health and beauty. And seal for garlic is for good health and strong. And sumac, which is crushed spices of berries.
Okay.
And that symbolizes the sunrise and the spice of life.
Oh, wow.
So And then we have the mirror that symbolizes the sky and the reflection of yourself, the goldfish in a bowl. It also represents movement of life. Candle brings light to life. And painted eggs. Think of Easter and think of Jamshidi Nowruz. Painted eggs is also kept over there for wealth and prosperity. So if you look at it, all these items together, it symbolizes the concept of bringing new life, rejuvenation into the world, just like we do in the arrival of spring.
Oh, that's
so
great.
That is, it's pretty unique, and so we wanted to, showcase that for.
I like that.
For the event.
I think that's nice, and and if anyone is new to your community, they can certainly learn about these things at this event, right?
Right, and it's on the vernal equinox, which is around the corner, March 31st, 20th, and the 21st. So that's why we start our Zoroastrian New Year on the 21st of March, which is the spring equinox.
I love it. All right, let's touch real quick on the event again. So it's going to be in Clubhouse 5. And what are what is kind of the agenda? Do you have an idea of how things are going to go?
Yeah, as I mentioned, that the theme of the event is to celebrate the diversity in India. Gulshan already pointed out, the western side of India. So starting from north we have an lady who is very talented and very beautiful. She is Dr. Dimple Kaur, and by profession she is a psychologist. She is also a classical dancer, and she is going to perform a folk dance representing the north for us.
Wonderful.
So I'm all excited about that because I'm from north too.
Oh, okay.
So then we have a dance academy called Priya Dance Academy. The director of that academy and some students from that academy are going to perform 2 numbers for us. They are going to perform a dance called Bharatnatyam. That's a classical dance, and that's very popular in South. So that will be our representation from South. Then our own members, our own India Club members are working hard to prepare a showcase called Dol Purnima that will show how our Festival of Colors, which is actually on 20th of March, is celebrated in the eastern part of the country.
And that's the one where they have all the colors of like chalk, or what is it that they use?
It's a special type of powder that they build now it's not allergic to the skin and so on.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So,
and it looks like a big mess to clean up later.
You can take some talcum powder, put some color in it, and just...
and do the same. Okay, that's awesome.
They used to do it in the past, but now I think people are very careful, that it has to be, it should not be allergic to the skin and all that. So.
Right. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. So Clubhouse 5, March 31st.
From 5:30 to 9:30.
5:30 to 9:30, perfect. And of course, if anyone wants more information, then call those numbers on the screen. Sashi is 714-612-9750, and Janet is 678-850-7418. Well, thank you both.
And I would just remind everybody to get their tickets as fast and early as possible.
Yes, because you guys sold out your last event.
We sold out our last event, and we had a few little disappointments from.
Well, so we definitely don't want that to happen again. Well, thank you both so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
You're
Lisa.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back after this.
Dr. Farman, a tremendously generous dentist, did the work for me throughout my mouth, and I am happy to say my mouth is back to where it was, and my smile is back.
We are now fully open for all your dental needs and invite you to come in and experience the brilliant smile difference.
We offer general dentistry, crowns, dentures, root canals, and oral surgery, including immediate tooth replacement with implants. We are close to Gate 6.
Welcome back. Well, I wanted to give you a movie preview of what we have going on Friday and Saturday. So on Friday, our movie is called Florence Foster Jenkins, and that does star Meryl Streep. And it's Florence Foster Jenkins was an American socialite, amateur soprano who became known and mocked for her flamboyant performance costumes and notably poor singing ability. You can catch it on Friday, 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles. And then on Saturday, we have Mildred Pierce, which is an oldie but goodie with Joan Crawford. And you can catch that on Saturday, 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles. And we'll give you more information about that on Saturday morning on ThisDay. All right, just a couple of things. We have the Paint and Pour that's coming up on March 21st. So if you want to participate in that, it will be at Clubhouse 1 Art Room from 6 to 8 p.m. And you want to get in touch with Recreation, and you can call them at 949-597-4281. And then, just to let you know, the Registrar of Voters is having a special event. It is going to be a virtual voter education presentation. It's going to be on Tuesday, March 29th from 10 to 11. Now, it is via Zoom, so we'll leave the slide up just for a little bit so you can check it out. Meeting ID 827-9734-4389, and then passcode 431657. However, if you want more information, you can go to ocvote.gov and they will have that information for you. All right, and then the bazaar is back. The Village Bazaar is going to be here on April 2nd. So if you would like to visit, it's going to be at Clubhouse 5 parking lot from 10 to 2 p.m. Everybody is welcome, and if you want more information about it, you can call 597-4382. However, all exhibitor spots are full, so they're not taking any more at this time. And then we do have a performance by Black Market, and that is a band that's going to be appearing here on Saturday, April 2nd at the Performing Arts Center. And there's your tickets there, and it starts at 7 p.m. And of course, you can always get in touch with Recreation at vmsinc.org. Okay, let's take a look at our weather one last time. We are going to burn off our fog, and it's going to be quite lovely today. We're looking at temperatures of 69, 52 today, a little bit warmer tomorrow, 76, 50, and then we are going to go to 73, 53, and then 66, 52, and then around the same on Sunday. Have a great day in the Village. We will see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Curious about cannabis for your chronic pain? In a historic step in cannabis research, Dr. Dominguez will follow participants taking Cannaceutica, an oral capsule designed for chronic pain. The study is mostly remote and will give you access to top UCI medical professionals. Mayor Sherry Horn had this to say about the trial. Visit UCICannabisStudy.com today to see if you qualify.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for Peace.